Hello, everybody. Welcome to Critical Beauty. Let me see. I'm so excited because I can't wait to chat again with Madison Kvaltin, who is the new Miss Universe Canada 2023. So if you have any questions for Madison, please feel free to post them in the chat box below, and I'll be more than happy to read them back to her, or any comments whatsoever. So we're just waiting for her to enter the chat room. Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
So wonderful. So wonderful.
Could you fix your camera, honey? Because
yeah, sorry, I'm on the iPad. Okay, here. Yeah, here.
Better.
Perfect. Yay.
Wonderful. So are you excited about Miss Universe 2023?
It's crazy. So actually today I officially signed all my documents and I am legally Miss Universe Canada 2023. And it's so exciting.
That's wonderful. So how's the prize package? I'm just curious. Like, what did you actually win as Miss Universe Canada?
Yeah, so we're still ironing out the details for all that. So I'm not quite sure quite yet. It's been very hectic after Vancouver. I've just kind of been focusing on getting myself ready and interviews galore over the next few weeks. So busy with that. And Denis is kind of helping iron out all the fun details for me. So we'll get to know that soon. So
that's great. For all of those people who do not know Denis Davila, he is the national director of Miss Universe Canada. I think he's been the director for like so many years now. I think
this year would have been, I think, our 21st year. Yeah.
Okay. He's been there a long time.
Very long.
And under his directorship, Canada won with Natalie Glebova, and of course a string of semifinalists and finalist placements through the years. So I'm so happy for Denis because he's doing an amazing job directing the pageant. And of course, people want to know, how was your experience like competing in Miss Universe Canada 2023? I mean, there were many contestants this year.
Yes, so we had quite a few this year. I know we originally were supposed to have about 77, and then it ended up being around, I think, 60 something ended up competing. As per classic, there's girls that things happen. I know one girl, it was the day before finals and her uncle had passed away, so she left, and it was heartbreaking. We felt so bad for her, but I mean, family comes first, so totally understandable. But it was I won't lie, it was super intimidating coming back. You know, I was first runner-up last year. I performed really well at Miss International. So I had a lot running on my shoulders. So I was like, I have one spot to do better. I have to win. I have to win to do better than I did last year. So there was a lot more pressure, but it just fueled me to work so much harder and to really understand why I wanted it so bad. Like, why was I coming back? Why was Miss Universe the original goal? It really forced me to reflect and connect and see where I could have done better last year. And now that I'm here, and I honestly don't think I was ready for Miss Universe last year. As much as I wanted it, holding Amelia's hand, I wanted it so bad, but I don't think I was quite ready. If I look at the person that I am now and going into Miss Universe, I'm so excited, so proud of her. She has worked her little butt off over the last year, and I don't think I would have been as strong at Miss Universe had I gone last year. So big believer that everything happens for a reason, and I'm so grateful that this was a part of my destiny. You know, Jess, my first runner-up, was an incredible performer. She would have been just as amazing going to Miss Universe. So holding her hands, I was like, you know what? I just submit to whatever the universe wants of me. If it's in my destiny to go, it is. If not, I'm so excited for Jess. But I definitely held my eyes closed, and I hope that it was in my destiny. But, you know, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, and you just got to follow with that. So
exactly. It's funny you mentioned that about, there's a reason for everything sort of thing, because I was watching last year's Miss Universe Canada, and I was like trying to compare your performance last year with this year's performance. And girl, I saw a huge change in your performance, because I think this year you were so 100, actually not 100%, you were 200% confident, even more confident than last year, from the way you delivered your answers, your poise, your stage projection, everything was flawless. It was perfection. And from the moment you stepped out in that swimsuit, I said, this is it. Madison's gonna win. She's the winner. Everybody else, go home, okay? But it was a competition. It was a fair and very strong. There were many strong competitors.
Very.
Jazz was obviously one of them. Dominique was also very strong, and of course Kim. I want Kim to come back next year. I want Kim, Dominique, and Jazz to come back next year. I bet you they're going to be in the top 5 again next year. Okay.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Like Dominique was my roommate, so I have a deep spot for her. I love her so much. I think she's so incredible. And saying, yeah, Kim is only 21. I'm like, girl, you have so much growth to do. Like, you did fun for her first time competing at Miss Universe Canada, and it only being her second pageant ever. Placing top 5 is incredible. So I'm really excited for the future of pageantry in Canada. Like, this year alone, like, our top 10 was incredible at Miss Universe Canada. Like, I was talking to Dennis post show, and he was like, I've never seen scores this tight before. Like, the difference between the girl who is 5th and 6th, like going into the top 5, was by less than a point.
Wow.
So it was a really, really strong group this year. And even our top 5, like, we were all extremely eloquent. We all answered incredibly. Like, there wasn't, in my opinion, I don't think there was a clear winner in terms of just looking at our answers or speeches. We were all amazing. So I remember after we finished our final look and all that jazz, when we went off stage, I just started crying because I was just so proud. I was so proud of all the girls. I was so proud of everyone. And I was just so excited for the opportunities that are just to come with all of these girls. It was a wonderful group of girls this year. I'm really, really proud of all of them.
Yeah, it was a very strong group. I also wanted to comment on the amazing production this year. The stage was awesome. The choreography was to die for. And talk about the panel of judges. We had Natalie Glebova. How was it like meeting Natalie? Was that your first time to meet her?
So I've been coaching with Natalie since before I went to Miss Universe Canada last year, actually. So I've been working with her for a while, but meeting someone in person is so much different. You finally get to understand their energy, their vibe, all of that. Oh my God, it was like the most incredible experience. Natalie, like, when you meet her, you get it. You get it, that energy, that intention, the way that she makes eye contact with you, you're like, wow, yeah, I get why you were Miss Universe. I totally get it. Like, and it was just such a treat. She hasn't been back to Canada in several years. Yeah, so we were so spoiled this year, like, not only being the first year going to Vancouver, like, we also got Natalie. I was like, oh my God, this couldn't be a better year. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point. I'm enjoying everything.
It's funny because too, Natalie is one of my favorite Miss Universe. I mean, when you look back at her, victory back in 2005, it's like, what? Oh my God, 18 years ago? Yeah, okay. Time flies. 8 years. She could easily compete again in Miss Universe this year and maybe win again.
Yeah.
I mean, this woman doesn't age. What is her secret?
No, literally, all of us girls, we were like, okay, Natalie, like, what's the secret? Like, what's the skincare regimen? We need, like, what do you do? We need to know.
She probably uses a lot of SPF, right?
Yeah.
Sunscreen, because we all need sunscreen. And she probably eats right. She probably does yoga, Pilates, one of those healthy stuff. The same stuff that you do, right?
Yes.
You do yoga and everything. So, that's great. Now, when you competed last year, you represented Sudbury, but this year you represented Manitoulin Island. I don't even know where Manitoulin Island is, Madison. I mean, I swear to God, please educate me. Where the hell?
Absolutely. So I was born and raised from Sudbury, but a couple months ago I moved to Manitoulin Island. And it's funny, I don't think even any of the girls I was competing against, I don't think anyone knew where Manitoulin Island was. It was like I had to educate everyone there. But it's a tiny little island just west of Sudbury. So it's about 2 hours west of Sudbury, and it's actually the world's largest freshwater island.
Really?
So it's like this little island on Lake Superior. I think from Lake Superior. Could be wrong. Don't assure me on that.
Later.
But it's just this tiny little country island. I moved there for a job, so I'm working in this practical MBA program at Manitoulin Transport. So I'm working in the trucking industry, which is, I think, so funny being a pageant girl and working in trucking now. It's like, I totally live a Hannah Montana life.
Do you drive trucks?
I don't drive trucks. No, I work on the corporate side of it.
Okay.
But it's just so funny when I tell people in my company, oh, I was competing on Miss Universe Canada. They're like, you what? And you work in the transportation industry? I'm like, yes, like we can do it all if you want. So
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
But it's like, so right now I live in Gorbet, which is a tiny little town, a little marina town, I guess. And there's maybe about 900 people there, maybe. One restaurant, it's fish and chip place, but it's the best fish and chips you'll ever have. So it's small town, but I love it so much. It's been such a blessing being there.
You know what? I'm looking at the map right now in Google Earth, and yeah, it's Lake Huron.
Oh, Lake Huron. Okay.
Yeah, Huron. So it is in the province of Ontario, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
It's part of Ontario. Oh, okay. So it's north of the state of Michigan. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not too far.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. So it must be really very cold though.
And yeah, we'll see how much I like the island once winter comes. That'll be my big test.
But see, coming from a cold country and then you're traveling all the way to a very hot and tropical country like El Salvador. Okay, so tell us about your wardrobe. Give us an idea what type of wardrobe are you going to bring with you? A lot of stuff.
I mean, in the spirit of being in such a beautifully tropical place, I definitely feel like I want to bring the like tropic vacation vibes. But I feel like this year going to Miss Universe Canada, I wanted to bring a bit more of a sexy, edgy side to me. And I think I really represented that in my wardrobe. It was a little bit different than what I normally go for. And especially coming after Miss International, which is a lot more conservative and a lot more covered up, it was kind of fun to explore that super sexy side of me. So I'm hoping to bring that out again going into Miss Universe. So
well, you know what?
Plan.
Yeah, I actually, on your Instagram account, I actually like those photos of you in your two-piece. And when you're wearing this bandana in my banner right there.
Yes, yeah.
You know, not a lot of beauty queens can wear a bandana like you can, because I really love that change. Maybe that could be your trademark, your signature look. Yes. When you go or yeah. So that's amazing. Now, how about your evening gown? You don't have to tell all the details. Just give us a little hint, maybe what kind it's going to be, who's going to design it, and all that lovely stuff.
Yeah. So we have a couple designers that we're working with. So we'll see. Right now, everything's kind of just in the drafts on terms of who's going to be designing what. But this year, I really want my gown to be, we've agreed that it's going to be a bit more on that classic side. So I really loved my finals evening gown, how it was simple, but yet tailored perfectly to my body. And it wasn't too much, but it also showed a lot. You know what I mean? So I feel like we want to go for that very classy, elegant vibe going to Miss Universe. Because I feel like that's just me. Like I like to present that sexy side, but at the end of the day, I'm like a classic beauty. I like to just like let myself shine rather than be kind of drowned out by my gown. So
well, I totally, because classic never goes out of style. It's always it's
timeless.
It's timeless. Exactly. It's timeless. Now, from gown to national costume, give us an idea. What kind of, is it going to be like humongous, like as big as Canada, or like teeny weeny small, or something you can carry so that you can wear?
Yeah, no, I think we're aiming for about mid-size, so we're in the middle there. But it's kind of going to be on the similar lines of what I presented for my national costume going to Miss Universe Canada. So I really want it to be about celebrating the diversity in Canada. We are so blessed to have access to so many different cultures and so many different cuisines and different lived experiences. And I really want to highlight how beautiful that is about Canada, because when you think of being Canadian, it can really be whatever you want it to be. There's not really one just of what Canadian is. So I really want to represent that on stage. So
yeah. Last year, what was Miss Universe Canada's costume like? What was Amelia's costume last year?
She did like the ballerina, because she's a professional dancer. So she's a ballerina. So she integrated like the Canadian colors, and it was beautiful.
She looked like a princess when she
was
and that what was it, a cape? Big cape. That was amazing. That was one of the most beautiful costumes I've ever seen on stage.
Yes.
Now, of course, well, I think Miss Universe, the current Miss Universe, Arbonne, is in Honduras right now. She's trapped. She's vacationing with
on that cruise.
On a cruise, like, whoo, girl, please, invite us. Now, as you know, Miss Universe has sort of like ante up its the competition itself, because I believe I know Miss USA has a new owner, and I just found out in this year's Miss USA, they're going to score the interview 50%. So they will be focusing on the interviews. I'm not sure about Miss Universe. Do you feel that it's going to be the same? Like,
I mean, I would hope it would, because I feel like in this transition where pageantry is evolving, and it's not really much about your stage presence, although that is important. It is important to be able to command a room, show your confidence on stage. But I think the interview is honestly one of the most important parts, because you need to showcase that you're more than just a beautiful face now. Pageantry is about being impactful. What are you doing with the title? How are you using it for greater good? What's your philanthropy like? Like, what makes you different? All of the girls this year are beyond beautiful. Every single girl that I've seen crowned as their national title holder for Miss Universe is stunning. But what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that title? What are you doing with this opportunity that we're so blessed to have? So I feel like it really should transition to where interview is more. And because that's where the gist of it is. That's why I got into pageantry. It was all about the humanitarian-esque part of it. It's how you're using it to help people. And I think there should be more of an emphasis on that.
Now, during the interview segment of Miss Universe Canada, what kind of questions do they ask you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the judges that were at Miss Universe Canada this year were repeat judges from last year. So most of them were conversational in, how have I done better? What have I done to improve on my journey to Miss Universe Canada, and why I deserve it? So it was mostly conversational style, because here in Canada, we do it like speed dating. So we sit down with each judge for, I think it's 3 to 4 minutes, and you kind of rapid fire a couple questions, more so conversational style, and then you move to the next judge. So yeah, most of my conversations were asking, okay, well, what have you done different? What have you improved on? So I told them about all my efforts in humanitarian, and I really, really put most of my eggs in training for Miss Universe Canada in that humanitarian part, because again, that's why I got into pageantry, was because I love to help people. I live to help people, and my philanthropy is booming, and I'm so excited to showcase everyone that. So so very like popcorn style, and just showcasing them that I am the only person that they can think of that's ready for Miss Universe now. And I truly think that I am. So I'm really excited.
I think you are 100%, actually 200% more ready than ever before. Now, as far as your platform or advocacy, I remember the last time I interviewed you was back in November, a month before you went to Japan for Miss International. And I also reviewed that whole interview because I didn't want to repeat the same questions as today. But I remember you did talk about body confidence and mental wellness. Is that still going to be your platform in
Yeah. So my philanthropy has always been in the body confidence and eating disorder awareness realm. So I've been working in it for nearly a decade now. I struggled very, very heavily as a kid with an eating disorder. I was hospitalized for a while, and I didn't have resources, especially being from small town Northern Ontario. We don't have access to private healthcare that services for eating disorders. So for me, I dedicated the last almost 10 years of my life helping young girls and young boys and anybody that's looking to gain confidence, those really, really important skills to learn to love, respect, and fuel your body in appropriate ways. So for me, I've been doing workshops and seminars for youth predominantly to teach them those skills, teach them how to safely interact with social media, because social media can be a toxic place. But if we know how to navigate it and know how to use it, it can actually be very empowering. So for me, my philanthropy has always been in that, empowering youth to learn how to love and respect their bodies, because at the end of the day, your body is the least interesting thing about you. It really is. It's that inner light, that inner joy, and who you are as a person that makes you incredibly beautiful. And I think our youth really, really need to be reaffirmed that with social media being so negative and toxic. We need to inspire them that you're good. Perfection doesn't exist. Like, just focus on your heart and who you are. So
I totally agree. Well, as you know, I don't know if you heard about it, but pop star Lizzo.
Yes.
She was in hot water recently because she sort of like body shamed some of her dancers. And of course, she lost some of her contracts performing some of her concerts. She lost them because of the remark that she had said. Now, she considers herself as the new standard of beauty. So, of course, every one of us has our own notion of standard of beauty. If she thinks she's the new standard of beauty, that's fine. But of course, a lot of people would disagree because she's somewhat on the extreme side as far as body image is concerned. And then you have the other extreme, which is like almost anorexic. Now, with you as being an advocate of body positivity, how would you reconcile these two extreme ideologies?
I feel like we have to have a bit more of a clear conversation on that. Health looks different on every single body. If we were all to work out the same, eat the same, do the exact same regimen, we would all still have dramatically different bodies. So although Lizzo may be considered a plus size woman, she may be in the healthiest, best shape of her life. Her body shape is just naturally like that. So we have to reframe the question as to what an ideal body looks like, as to more like what an ideal body feels like, how it embraces on the inside. Are your health stats great? Because maybe me being in a smaller body, I might not have the greatest stats in my health. My blood pressure might be horrible. I might have all these horrible things with me on the inside. But just because I'm in a small frame doesn't mean I'm healthy. So I think we need to remove the notion that there's a particular body type that health is equated to. Rather, health is what you're doing to your body, how you're feeling it, like making sure that your levels are properly met. And everybody's different. Everybody needs different things. So we can't look at bodies anymore and say, you're healthy, you're not, because that's not the case anymore.
And that's where your doctor comes in, because it's so important to have your annual physical, because you just can't rely. I mean, just because you look yourself in the mirror and you feel thin and then you look thin, it doesn't mean you're healthy or fit, right?
Exactly.
So that's why you always have to have the opinion of an expert. So that's good. Comment from one of our viewers: since the pageant is going to be in El Salvador, does Miss Universe Canada speak Spanish? Or do you know Spanish?
So I did spend 6 weeks training in Colombia earlier this year for Miss Universe Canada.
Okay.
So my Spanish is horrible, but I can understand a lot. If you speak to me in Spanish, I can probably piece it together and understand, but responding back, I'm atrocious. My grammar is awful. I'll maybe get a couple sentences together, but I do understand a lot. So I'm working on it in prep to going to El Salvador, because I would love to at least have a little bit of a conversational level going to the beautiful country. So
great. Can you count the numbers in Spanish from 1 to 10?
Yes, but don't put me on the spot, because I'm gonna blank and I'm gonna screw it up.
That's fine. Go. 1.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. So have you had a chance to converse with some of the Miss Universe delegates this year?
So we have a cute little group chat on Instagram right now. So as new girls get crowned, we kind of welcome ourselves and introduce each other. So we've been kind of chatting through that. But I haven't had the chance quite yet to chat with anyone just yet. Everything's been so chaotic in the last 2 weeks since crowning, but I'm really excited to get to know some of the girls. And I know Miss Universe Colombia is about to happen, I think, this weekend. And a couple of my girlfriends that I trained with are are going to be competing. So fingers crossed I'll get to see and reunite with one of them in El Salvador. But yeah, I'm really excited. Everyone seems so exciting.
Guess who's joining us? Antonio Rivadeneira.
Perfect.
Because, Antonio was one of the judges. Hi, Antonio. Hi, where are you? Where the hell are you? Are you in El Salvador?
Yeah.
Are you in El Salvador preparing? We can't hear you. There's no audio. He's connecting to audio. Yeah, so I think, so actually I have a question. Who would you like to have as your roommate?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because I feel like all the girls are so amazing this year. I mean, I would be biased if one of my girlfriends win Miss Columbia. I would love to room with them, but I'm honestly just so excited to meet everyone. Everyone seems so kind and everyone seems so intelligent. I'm open and ready for anyone, really.
Mm-hmm. Antonio, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you.
Is there something you would like to say to Madison?
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry for my delay, but today's orientation, we have 550 new international students. So I'm very busy, but I said, I want to talk to Madison. I just want to tell you, Madison, that you were wonderful. You rocked the stage. You are very inspiration for a lot of girls. So I'm so happy that you get the crown for the Miss Universe Canada. And I was one of the judge. I was so happy when you got my question. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope you will rock it.
I saw that one.
Yeah. So I was so happy to see your answer. Before I go, tell me, Rafa.
Yeah, did you take a picture, a selfie with Madison?
Yes, we have a picture actually. Me and my partner, we took a picture with Madison and also with the judges, but I don't have the photo with all the judges yet. So if I have one, I will send it for sure. Rafa, Madison, I just want to ask you before I go, because I have with my time, tell me, what is your plan for the next Miss Universe pageant? What is your, what are you going to do so you can get the third crown for Canada?
Good question.
Amazing. No, I love that. So I'm gonna just really continue to really push my philanthropy and really continue to disintegrate that stereotype around pageantry. I mean, coming from a small town, little country life, being in pageants, they're like, whoa, like you're a little bimbo. And I'm like, no, pageantry is so much more than that. Pageantry is empowered women empowering those around them. So I'm really working in my philanthropy to showcase to the world that pageantry offers this incredible platform for people to make meaningful differences in the communities and globally at large. So I'm just really continuing with that. And of course, I'm going to continue to make sure that my performance allows me the opportunity to speak at the Miss Universe pageant and continue to advocate for my causes and making the world a better place. So
great response, great answer. And on that note, do you have another question, Antonio?
No, before I go, just to let you know, but actually you're right, Madison, my partner, when I was telling him that I was into pageant, he was like, really, pageant? Like you just scared for the physical? He went with me to the pageant and he changed his mind. Now that people are telling him like, oh, you went to a pageant, Jason? And Jason replied, he said, like, I changed my mind. He said, like, I thought a pageant was about finding the most pretty girl. And then he was like, these girls are professionals, they have a lot of careers. They gave, they get a lot of money for volunteer. I mean, like, the pageant changed his mind. I really want you, Madison, to continue with that. You change his mind, you can change everybody's else mind.
I think Antonio and Jason will go to El Salvador to cheer and support Madison, correct?
Yes, we want to. We're fighting for that because we will be in Chile close to that time. So hopefully we'll be to Salvador. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, Madison. Good luck in the pageant.
Talk to you later.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye. So just to wrap it up, everybody who's watching the live stream tonight, Madison, please support Madison on her journey to Miss Universe Canada. Please support her. I'm going to put your Instagram account in the chat box below so people can follow you. And then once this video is uploaded, you can share it with your followers. I know you're very busy, and I know you have a lot of things to do to prepare for the pageant in El Salvador. I cannot thank you enough for granting this interview. Well, actually, it's more like a chat. I'm talking to an old friend, that I've seen since November.
Well, you've known me since what, 2016? It's
something
been,
like,
oh my God,
yeah, that's right. So hopefully I can go to El Salvador also and cheer for you. So listen, have a wonderful week, and we'll see each other. I'm going to give you the biggest hug, digital hug, and virtual kisses. And start counting in Spanish from 1 to 10 tonight. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, honey. And I'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye,
Talk to you soon.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.